Hello guys, welcome back to today's interesting video. It's coming from Students for Life of America. It's titled Pro-Choicer Defeated by Simple Logic. Pro-Choicer Defeated by Simple Logic. Kristian Hawkins. So I know that abortion rights has been all over the place in the US. Yes, some states have legalized it, while some states are still debating on all of that. But I love to know this. I love to see this conversation between the pro-choicer and Kristian Hawkins. I love to see their reactions towards this whole debate and their thoughts towards it. My name is Oge. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, hello. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Let's check this out together.
I just want to read you this poster that I have because I hear a lot of pro-lifers say that life begins at conception. So my poster reads, "Life begins when you understand living women matter more than potential babies."
What is it?
Why are they clapping?
What do you mean?
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus?
Is it living?
No.
How can it grow if it's not living?
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
When does the fetus become living?
That's actually a good question, but that line...
Yeah, of course, because you don't know it. Because it's living. It's living.
How about you let her speak?
You're fundamentally denying science to validate your opinion.
You actively deny science, ma'am.
How am I denying? What science did I deny, Darby?
Okay, so let's look at some posters over here.
But
you don't have to be here.
I need you to tell me what science. You just made an accusation that I denied science. What science did I deny?
That it's a child inside of you. It is a clump of cells when
I'm a clump of cells. What makes me different?
That you were born. You were born.
So you don't. What you're arguing is that anything that is not born is not valuable of life.
I did not say that.
Well, that's what you're trying to say.
So when does a child or fetus or clump of cells, whatever you want to call it, when does this clump of cells or fetus become living?
When it can
Valid
sustain
question.
its own life.
But when is that? When is the sustainability? No, when
She
is
can't answer the
sustainability?
question.
21? About like 30 weeks to born, like 24, 30.
Because how do you sustain life? Like my newborns aren't sustainable. You can't just have a newborn and they just live on their own, right?
Right.
They're not sustainable. They need help and assistance to survive. So is a newborn not worthy of life? Is a newborn not worthy of life?
I do have one thing to say to you. How is it that when my mom was in college 30 years ago, she was protesting the exact same thing that me and these wonderful other women and men on this side have been protesting? How is it? Why? Why are we still protesting? Why are we still having to talk about this issue? It is a basic human right to have an abortion, to have a choice.
The reason we're still having the question is because some people don't want to accept the natural consequences of heterosexual sex and be inconvenienced by another human life and want to selfishly choose to end human life in order to have their whims met. That is why you're still arguing that.
Wow, this student, I can't really believe her mom was also protesting against this thing 30 years ago. So this abortion rights has been on for decades. Wow. So people want to have a choice to have an abortion. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think women have a right to their body? Of course, women have a right to their body. But I think the major problem here, just like Kristian here said, she said people do not want to take into accountability the consequences of heterosexual sex. That when a man and a woman have sex, without protection or without making any without what's the word now, without taking into consequences or without preventing the pregnancy, something is going to happen. The woman will most probably get pregnant. Why are people not taking that into consideration? Why are people not thinking about that? Now, I think that pregnancy has to be the least of your problems. If you're having heterosexual sex without protection, you're not even thinking about STIs, because if you have a baby, someone that has a baby and someone that has an STD, probably gonorrhea, HIV, you have a bigger problem. I think you have a bigger problem. Having a child is just like the littlest of your problem. How about you actually think about the fact that when you actually have heterosexual sex, you can get pregnant, and the consequences that you will get pregnant. You coming out to say that it's not a leaf, it's a clump of cells. Does it even make sense? How can you say it's a clump of cells and it gets to grow? That means it has a life. For something to actually grow into 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 21 weeks, 38 weeks, get to the point of being born, that means that thing has a life, even if it's a clump of cells. So you have to actually take consequences, be responsible for whatever is going to be the outcome. I mean, yeah, people get to have voluntary abortions. That's probably when the pregnancy is becoming a threat to life. I can understand that some women get raped and all of that, but I feel like the child should be given an opportunity as far as the pregnancy is not a threat to your life. Because yeah, some people get abortion when probably, I mean, that one is in a category of its own. But voluntary abortion where, oh, I had sex with John and I'm pregnant, I don't want to have this baby, I need to have an abortion. How about you not get pregnant? How about that? How about you teaching yourself, or you going ahead to have birth control methods? Use a protection. Protect yourself from getting pregnant than getting pregnant and then cutting the life of an unborn child short. He's a child. The thing in your womb. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these college students have a mentality of their own. They just have a way they think. They have a different opinion, which is different from what an ordinary person would say. I don't know how to put it, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think abortion rights, women should be given the opportunity? Because I feel like when people are given an opportunity to do something, they take it out of place. Just imagine what the world will be like 20 years from now if abortion becomes a legal thing. Anybody can get an abortion. A 12-year-old will get pregnant. Once she starts seeing her period and she can get pregnant, a 12-year-old will get pregnant. Some young people, because I was young, some young people will want to do things just because they want to prove a point. They won't even think about the consequences, and that's what young people do. They don't think about the consequences. So I feel like if abortion rights become a thing, it will become a pandemic, and a lot of people would probably lose their lives. So I feel like it's becoming a real thing, and I would love to know what you guys think. Do you think abortion should be made a right to people, women? Go ahead, go get an abortion if you don't want it. Do you think people should educate themselves about safe sex and contraception and contraceptive measures, family planning methods, using protections like the use of a condom and all of that? Do you think that should be done, or people should go ahead and have an abortion? But having the mentality of saying it's a clump of cell, so that means you can having an abortion at 2 weeks and having an abortion at 21 weeks, or having an abortion, some people even have an abortion at the point of birth. I heard that's a thing too, that you can actually have an abortion at the point of birth. Like, how do you abort a 38 weeks old child? Like, make it make sense, and then you keep saying it's not a living, it's just a fetus. I don't know, but I'd love to know your thoughts and concerns about this particular conversation because it's actually very important. Let's know what you think in the comment section. Drop your thoughts, opinion, observation about this, especially in your environment. If you're a college student, you're a parent, what do you think about this new trend? It's not even a trend. For that lady to say her mom fought for this 30 years ago, then it's not a new trend. It's been on for years, for decades. So we'd love to know your opinions and thoughts concerning this protester and this simple logic question. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.